Yo, what's going on, everyone? Sorry for the delay. Welcome to a DFS strategy video for the 2023 RSM Classic. My name is Eric, and here at SweetSpotDFS, it's all about trying to hit the optimal lineup every single week. And of course, in this video, that's what we're going to try to do. We'll build some lineups at the end of the video, but we'll go over all of the general things that I like to cover. We'll talk about the golf courses. There are two. We'll talk about the tournament. We'll go over the marquee tee times, and we'll go into the buckets to try to figure out some of the anchor plays we want to stick with. So, as I go throughout this video, whatever you find out or whatever you're learning, I will be building lineups at the end of this video, so keep a lot of those things in mind. I'll be asking you at the end, it'll probably take an hour, at the 1 hour mark. I will ask for 2 to 4 golfers to build lineups around. So if you have 2 to 4 golfers you'd like me to build lineups around, I will do just that. And then also, if we can hit 600 subscribers, so I think we just need 4 more. I think we're at 596. If we can hit 4 more subscribers, I'm going to give away 50 bucks. If we don't, since I won't be streaming until January, I'm not going to do a Hero World Challenge video. I will still give away like a t-shirt. So if we don't hit 600, anyone that's going to be participating in the live chat right now, you will get entries into the giveaway. Also, those that participated last week, you're going to get entries into that giveaway as well. So it pays to participate, and if you want to get your name in there, let me know. Or not so much let me know, just obviously comment here in chat, and yeah, we will put your guys' name in the giveaway. I'm just trying to rearrange stuff. Things are a little bit different since the last time I streamed, so I'm trying to figure it out kind of on the fly. There we go. Perfect. I got it all figured out. I'm pretty excited about the stream. I kind of was messing around with a little bit of sound effects, so I can't wait to implement those. I got a drum roll finally, so it'll be fun. But anyways, enough of that. Let me welcome in AJ Love, Gabriel Brown. Gabe, what's going on? And 8 Game, good evening. No golfers, just here for the entertainment. Oh, cool. Working on your database. I've been working on mine this week as well. Dude, I'm super close to finally creating reports. I know I seem to say that a lot, but I started... maybe I'll create a video at some point in time going over all the things that I did to create my database, because I want it to be smooth, I want it to be clean. So I just spent a little extra time, going through all that stuff, but I'm super excited. We're getting close, getting really close. All right. Some reminders. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do anything that's commented on in this video is going to the giveaway. I'm going to run a giveaway tonight at 9 p.m. So if we hit the 600 subscriber goal, you see way over there to the left, I'm going to give away $50. If not, I'm going to give away a t-shirt that has this logo on it. We're going to do it live on stream. So, Shot Like Harden, what's going on, man? Let me throw that on the screen. Shot Like Harden asks what the Prize Picks promo code is. SweetSpot. So use SweetSpot, put 20 bucks in your account, or if your brother wants to sign up, I will give him $20. Once I get that email saying that he's a part of the cohort, I will shoot him an email for the email he signs up with and say, hey man, how would you like me to send you 20 bucks? So again, if any of you want to do that, there is a link in the description down below. Just click that link and it'll get you straight to the Prize Picks. Well, send you to the home page, but all you gotta do is hit sign up, and the promo code will already be populated there for you. So that's Prize Picks. Again, put 20 bucks in, I'm gonna give you $20 back, but Prize Picks will match your deposit up to $100. It doesn't matter which content creator you go to, which promo code you use. PrizePicks is going to do that no matter what. You're going to get $20 from me by using my promo code. No one else is doing that. So that is available to you. Get a little bit more light on me. Okay. So that's one giveaway reminder. Again, going back to this one, I'm running a giveaway at 9 p.m. tonight. It's 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'll wait. I'll check out my channel as this goes on. If we get to 600 subscribers, I'm going to give away $50. You can see it right up there, $50. If not, we're giving away a t-shirt that has the SweetSpot or the SweetSpot logo on it. So that's what you can look forward to at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. What's going on, Chad? AJ already has some golfers he wants to build lineups around. Perfect. Perfect. All right. And also a reminder, I have a cheat sheet that you guys can follow along with throughout this video as I go through my own sheet. It's not going to be this exact one, but it's a replica. This is a replica of mine. This is for you guys. All the information that I usually go through every single week, you can find here. I shouldn't say usually. All of it you can find here. Instead of wave, I have golf course. So PL is plantation course. SS is the south course. I think that's what SS. Seaside golf course. So you can see where they start. I already have all the groups ranked. We also have them ranked by a game number, and then of course the marquee tee times you can find there. So again, there's a link in the description for that. If you want to follow along. Why it took me a little long to start the stream up is because I had forgotten to update the optimizer with the new data. So I was doing that. If you've never seen this before, this is what I'll be building lineups with later on in the video. So if you want me to build you some lineups, we are using this. And the reason we use it is it uses everything that I talk about in the SweetSpot process. So marquee tee times, the buckets, all of that stuff, it's all located in here. If you want to know what the optimal lineup is, currently this is what it is, leaving $700 on the table. That's kind of weird, but I ran it right before starting, and usually that spits out the most optimal lineup build right from the get-go. So we'll talk more about that once we get there. If you want access to this, email me at sweetspotdfs@gmail.com right there. I will send it to you. I do have my email up. Let me just double check. Yep, I have my email up. So if you want it, I'll send it to you. I think Kobe Green, but Kobe, I know you sent me an email last week. Greer, sorry, Kobe Greer. I didn't get to it. I didn't get to it. It was a little later in the day, and I unfortunately couldn't get there. Lombardi Lee, what's going on, man? I think I've seen you in the chat before, but if not, welcome in. Ah, sweet, man. I'm glad you're here as well. AJ Love, last week I finished with almost 700 pounds. Whoa, 700 is really good. You know what? I forgot to bring up last week's tournament. So before I get in that, I'll bring that up, and then we'll get into this strategy video. We'll talk about the golf course. We'll talk about the tournament information, what you need to know. There are 2 golf courses, like I was saying before. Bermuda, right? Bermuda was last week. That is correct. Yeah, Camilo Villegas won. That was awesome. I was so happy. I was hoping he'd win. I was kind of excited that he was battling Alex Noren. I wanted Alex Noren to win as well. But anyways, we'll talk about that once we get there. Let's start with the golf course. And if you're unfamiliar with how I do these videos, I always start with the tournament fact sheets, which you can find at the GC. I always do this, and I'll always somehow screw it up. The GCSAA.org. Go there. Find the RSM, which is really the RSM Classic. Drill down on that link. By the way, when you go to the GCSAA, you can find tournament fact sheets either on the front top or the front portion or the left pane, I believe, or you can scroll all the way down to the bottom and find them down here by the media room. So you can find them there, but what this gives us is information we can use for researching. So the RSM Classic, you have your Sea Island Resort. That is where the 2 golf courses are being played at. You have the Seaside Golf Course, Par 70, this is the golf course they'll be playing at 3 times throughout the tournament. They'll always, just like most tournaments that have 2 golf courses or more, let's just say 2 golf courses since we have that. Thursday will be played at one course, Friday will be played at the other course. Again, you can find that in the cheat sheet right here. So Ludwig Oberg, or Aubert, he is starting at the Plantation course. He will then play the Seaside course the next day, and then a cut will happen, and then they'll play at the Seaside the next 2 days. So just keep that in mind. It's kind of, you know, it's common knowledge for these split golf course events, or whatever you want to call them, the dual golf course events. So nothing really surprising there. But yeah, par 70. So I think you could use most of your research on this golf course. You know, again, par 70, that's great to know. You know, the rounds under 70, you would imagine would be higher. Like a high percentage of golfers would hit that all rounds under 70 bonus that DraftKings provides. However, when I looked at it last year, that wasn't the case. Here, I'll show you. So if I were to go to the 2023 DK page, and I'm just looking at these columns here, rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like of all rounds under 6 or under 70, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. When I first looked at this, I don't remember seeing that many. I was more or less like kind of looking at all the ones that had 70 or more. So yeah, 5 golfers. Okay, 6, 7 golfers, 8, 9. Okay. I've seen enough. There's enough golfers that all shot under 70 that if you can find that information, especially in a golf course like this, which I don't think is going to be super low scoring, although it gets to 20 under frequently. So yeah. Okay, so a high scoring event, rounds under 70 percentage, you know, add that as a little bonus to your models. It's probably a good thing to do anyways. But yeah, you get more information here on these tournament fact sheets. I don't really use this yet, just because it's a lot of data mining that you'd have to do, and I just don't have the time. But it hopefully will go in the database at some point in time. Turf grass. We are on, the greens are Bermuda. You can see that there's no overseed on these greens. So because PGA Tour players hit most of their shots on the greens, you know, on a par 72, you probably have around 30. I mean, if you're putting really well, it's going to be less than 30 putts, but you expect to have, you know, 18 holes. You want a 2-putt each green, 36 putts. You'd want less than that if you're going to win, but just say on average 36 putts. That's half of your shots on greens. So if you're going to use any kind of research, look at Bermuda grass. The collars are Bermuda. Approaches, so if you want to look at strokes gained approach stats, maybe you look at Poa Trivialis as the overseed. The base layer will be Bermuda, but I imagine at this time of the year it's probably still affecting the turf grass. So I still think you look at Bermuda. Maybe you sprinkle in a little Poa if you wanted to. Approaches. Oh, that's I'm sorry, that's 40 yards into the green, usually 30 yards to 40 yards into the green. Our fairways are overseeded with ryegrass. So either way, overseed's overseed. It's not going to have your normal textures as most grasses do. So do with that as you will. I don't think it's worth really diving into. You can also use the architects here, Harry Colt, Charles Allison, if you can find other, you know, I doubt you're going to find with the field we have many golfers that have golfed on courses from Harry Colt or Charles Allison. So probably don't look at that architect. Not a big deal. So that's your Seaside golf course. If you scroll down to your Plantation course, it's a slightly different setup. It's a par 72, but the yardage is about the same. Greens look to be a little smaller. I believe this is the easier of the 2 golf courses. So if you're doing any first round leader bets or anything like that, maybe you gravitate towards the Plantation course. Just it's nuanced. It's not that big of a deal, if I'm being honest. You're going to find guys from the Seaside shooting low scores as well. So take all of that with a grain of sand, really. Your turf grass here is also Bermuda. You basically have the same turf grass makeup as you do on the other golf course. So that makes researching a little bit easier. Sometimes we have golf courses that you have bent grass, like if you think of the Farmers Insurance Open. The north course is bent grass greens and bent grass pretty much throughout the fairways. And then you have your POA everywhere else. And then your south course is all POA. So here we have the same turf grass, which is wonderful. So you can use that as your research points, your data points for research. Okay. That's essentially the golf course. Now I do have a little bit of a course mapping, if you will, on what shot shapes matter at this golf course. There's not enough shot shapes that I find beneficial to say, hey, you want to find a golfer, and these are all right-handed golfer shot shapes. So a draw would be right to left, a fade would be left to right. Not enough at the Seaside course, again, where the tour will be playing 3 rounds of golf this week. At the Plantation course, though, you know, it could be a benefit if you're a little bit of a shot shaper. Mostly on your approaches, not so much off the tee. So take that all in however you want to. Personally, if say Bubba Watson was still on the PGA Tour, this to me, when you see more colors, personally probably makes him happy. But it would just indicate a shot shaper of his magnitude would be really good at a golf course like this. Where it operates, or where you could look at other golfers, it doesn't really matter. This course isn't super tree lined, like neither of the two courses are super tree lined, so it's not really all that big of a deal. These are more benefits than they are necessities. Like, I always think of it as a scoring opportunity. If it says draw or fade, the scoring opportunity is higher. So that's kind of what I look at it. That's kind of what I go with. I don't necessarily live and die by this. And if I was to put a model on it, I'd probably give it like a 1 or 2 point bump out of 100, you know? And if you're wondering, do I have that data? I sure do. I have it under the shot shapes here. Not every golfer has a shot shape next to it. If I'm being honest, I just haven't had the time to go through player by player, but eventually I will. Ludwig, if you need to know, hits mostly a fade. So too does Cam Young. Justin Suh hits a fade. Eric Cole, I couldn't tell you with all certainty. Denny McCarthy hits a fade. Steven Yeager hits a fade. Svensson, I'm not sure off the top of my head. Akshay hits a fade, but he's a lefty. So anyways, those are just some things that I know. I keep track of this stuff in my head that I just probably should take my time and go through this and try to figure it out. But yeah, that's what you have for the golf courses. The tournament, we have 156 golfers in the field, which if you compare it to last week, we only had 132 golfers in the field last week. With the sun setting so early, with it being late in the year, this is almost impossible to have 156 golfers in a field. You run out of sunlight. That's what happened at the Bermuda Championship when they put 132 golfers on 18 holes. Well, we have 36 holes to put 156 golfers on, so you basically split them right down the middle. And so you have 78 going one course, 78 going the other course, and you basically get to filter them out. Holes 1 through, I mean, they're all going to tee off on holes 1 or 10 on both of the golf courses. And they're all going out between 7 and 9 p.m. or 7 to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I think it's 8 to 10 a.m. On the East Coast where they're playing, which is obviously Georgia. I don't know if we talked about that, if I said that, but we are at Georgia. St. Simons Island, Georgia, which some of the PGA Tour players that are playing this week are actually, that's where they call their home golf course. So keep that in mind. Talking about the tournament. Was I using the cheat sheet for the tournament? I was. 156 golfers, top 65 in ties. 2 golf courses playing Friday or playing Thursday, Friday. They'll alternate, and then they'll play Seaside again Saturday, Sunday. Your strength of field is 216, which is pretty good, to be quite honest. We have some decent golfers in the field this week, which is, I don't know. I personally like when there are better golfers. It makes choosing golfers easier, in my opinion. Whereas like at the Bermuda, you know, Adam Scott was your top guy there. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I think you should pick Adam Scott. But then you're also thinking to yourself, well, this is a perfect letdown moment. So you think of other players, plus you play the game theory aspect to it. This week, though, we have a few golfers worth considering, and they're kind of cheap. Like Brian Harman, 10-3, a major champion. Is a golf course that he calls home. I don't see why we don't play, you know, Brian Harman. But then there's also Cam Young, who's super good, and then Ludwig Aubert. So lots of interesting lineup considerations this week. What do we have? 21 golfers, 8K and above. More golfers in the 8K range than I've seen in recent past. Same kind of goes with the 9K range, and the fewest I've seen in the 10K range. We'll get to the buckets. It tells you shouldn't, like, it's not for certain you should play a 10K golfer this week. So that's super interesting. Either way, 156 golfers in the field, top 65 in ties, 216 is your strength of field. That's pretty good. Those are all data points you can use for researching. That's all I gotta say about that. So again, you can find all that information on the cheat sheet link in the description. Let's move on to pass optimal and GPP winning lineups, and we'll start in 2018, where I just have the optimal. One thing I noticed, and one thing I want you guys to consider, you're gonna see a lot of golfers in that $75 to $7,100 range inside the top 5 as we go through this. Austin Cook won this tournament in 2018. He was $7,300, had no course history. Obviously didn't play the week or the year before, but did play the week before. Had decent recent form, average. We also have Brian Gay up there, that was 7K. Chris Kirk, 7,700. Andrew Landry, 7,200. So your optimal was 73, 9, 7, 11, 77, 72. That, in a different way of saying, is 11, 9, 7, 7, 7. And if you've been here before, I usually say start out with a 10K golfer, a 9K golfer, an 8K, 2 7Ks, and a 6K. Start there. A faster version of that is a 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6 start, because more often than not, that's where you see the GPP winners building off of. That's where you see more of your optimal lineups, believe it or not, built off of as well. And then from there, you just kind of sub out, you kind of cascade out. So like you have, you know, 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 7 is the next most common GPP winning build, as well as the next most common optimal lineup build. And then you also have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6 being the third one in that list. They all start 10, 9, 8, 7. Here you can see it starts with a 10, 9 and then 4 7s. And to be honest, there's another 10K golfer up there. We have an 8K golfer, we have a 9K, we have an 8K. So like I look at the top 10 most of the time, every single week. Every single week I look at a tournament throughout their years and just look to see how many 10s, how many 9s, how many 8s, how many 7s, and try to build off of that. Obviously, you could start with a 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6. I mean, Vaughn Taylor was 6,900. If I were just to build a lineup with a 10, 9, 8, and 2 7s, what do we have? We got this. All right. Let's do it this way. How about 85.69? Does this work? That's $49,700. So yes, all 6 of your golfers would have been inside the top 10. You would add 4 of the top 4. I bet you're winning a GPP that way. So just one other way of thinking about building lineups. In 2019, your optimal lineup left $100 on the table of your $50,000 salary. Started with a $9,100 golfer, then a 79, 92, 69, 93, 66, or a different way to say that is a 999, 766 approach. That's weird. I don't think that's something I would recommend, but you also have an $11,000 golfer up here. You also have a $10,000 golfer. So if I were to try to build that up and build that out as a 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6, Let's start 10, 9, 7. How about we grab that 6K golfer, this 8K golfer. And actually this is what I have money for. This is $49,700 as well. This is a 10-9-8-7-6-6. Remember, that's the third most common optimal and GPP winning lineup. So again, starting that 10-9-8-7-7-6, despite the optimal showing something different, it's a way you could have gone in 2019 as well as 2018. See if we can figure that out in 2020. Here, the optimal lineup left a lot of money on the table. Left $2,400 on the table. And then I also have the GPP winning lineup. So your optimal that year started with an 11-6 Webb Simpson. Because Tyler Duncan won at $6,600. That's probably why you're able to use Webb Simpson at that expensive price tag. So you owe 11K, or I call it 10K. 10K, 6, 7, 9, 6, 6. So again, saying that differently is 10, 9, 7, 6, 6, 6. Probably not the easiest, and you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Your GPP winning lineup went 11, 7, 8, 7, 7, and then I think we got to scroll down a little bit to find the next one. Sure do. Another 7. So how many 7s do we have there? We have 4 7s. 10, 8, and then 4 7s. Let's see if we can build a 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6. So 10, 6, 7, 9. Here's our $8,600 golfer, and we have 7,000 on the button to use. Well, let's just use another 6K golfer. So here we have it again, 10, 9. We do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6. So we're kind of coming into that common trend. We still want to start 10, 9, 8, 7. And I guess just to throw that out there really quick, how many 10K golfers were in the field this week or during the 2020 year? There were 5. That is something to keep note of, because look at the other 4 10K golfers. They all missed the cut. But there were 5 of them. So I always think of it like volume driven. So that's kind of a high number. Remember, this year we only have 3 10K golfers. So in 2019, how many 10K golfers do we have there? We had 4. But we actually had 2 that finished inside the top 10. So that's also, again, worth noting. How about 2018? Again, I'm going through a lot of this stuff just to make you feel more comfortable in plays that you might be considering. Here we have 2 10K golfers inside the top 10 once again. There were 4 total. So there is a huge question. Do we want to play a 10K golfer despite only having 3? It's possible. I mean, and the 3 10K golfers this year are pretty good. I'm expecting Ludwig Aubert to win at some point in time. The guy's golf swing is too good. His golf game is too good to not win. Okay, so in 2021, just to go over that optimal lineup, you would have left, never do this by the way, but you would have left $6,100 on the table. 61. That's nuts. So $6,100 on the table, and you start with a 6K, 8K, 7K, 7K, 6K, 8K. That's insane. That's difficult to do. I don't recommend doing it. Your $1 lineup started 8K, 7K, 9K, 7K, 10K. This is actually one of those years where we don't see a 10K inside the top 10. And then another 7K down here. So let's see, how many 7Ks do we have? 2, 3. So we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 7 with that build. And quite frankly, let's see, the $1 lineup scored 589 points. And because I do have the points totaled right here, could we win a GPP that way? If we built 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6. So we have our 10, we have a 6, 8, 7. Might as well grab that 7. How much do we have left over? We have 10K, so $9,700. So we could build a lineup like this. That's $49,700. Our 10K golfer did not finish inside the top 10, which is always what I'm searching for. But we would have scored 681 points. That's nearly 100 points better than the $1 GPP winner was in 2021. So again, starting 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6 is another, I mean, it's just proving to to work out even in 2021. In 2022, our optimal again left a lot of money on the table, $3,600. The GPP winner did not leave a lot of money on the table, and I actually do have a realistic optimal that's created right there. Your GPP winner though, or not GPP, your optimal lineup, 9K, 8K, 7K, 8K, 6K, 6K. So 3 6Ks once again. I'm sorry, there's 2 6Ks. So leaving a lot of money on the table, that's really difficult to do. Your $1 GPP winner had a 9K, 8K, 6K, 10K, 7K, 7K. So to say that again, a little bit different, starts with a 10K, then goes to a 9K, an 8K, 2 7Ks, and a 6K. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6. So that works out. I don't even have to show you that that's a GPP winning lineup. It's another reason to start 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6. And then a more realistic optimal, we have Cam Smith at 10K, Gooch at 9, Hughes at 8, Power at 8. So now we're actually including another 8K golfer into this, and then a 7 and a 6. $6,100 might be difficult to reach down to get unless you have a good reason to play like a Tyler McCumber type. I guarantee you that year, I mean, terrible recent form, only had made 1 cut prior to. You're not finding that golfer unless you just have a ton of lineups you're looking to build, and you're just throwing in random 6K golfers. Like a realistic lineup would be going like a 69K golfer right here. Sure, 10K. Let's do Webb since he's a little bit more. He scored more points. We can do these 3 golfers here. So that's a 10, 9, 8, 7 start. And we actually have $7,200 we can play with. So there we go. We can go with Taylor Moore right there. So that's following the 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6. It's using a high 6K golfer. And really that scores. Let me just highlight the point totals. 692.5 points. Your GPP winner lineup in 2022 scored 651. So you would have beat the GPP winning lineup by 40 points if you would have started with that 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6 lineup that I had highlighted on the screen. And then last year, our optimal only left $100 on the table, believe it or not. And that was a 10K, a 10K. So 2 10Ks, which is very odd. 8K, 7K, 6K, 6K. Your GPP winning lineup started with a 10K, 7K, 9K, 8K, 7K, 6K, or just let's say differently. Brian Harman was a 10K, so we go 10K or 10, 9. Wyndham Clark was 8, 7, 7, 6. 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6. So that's your GPP winning lineup. And then I have a more realistic optimal, or I don't know. I think this might be the Sweet Spot optimal. I just didn't name it that. But you have a 10, 9, 8, 8, 7, 6. That's $49,700. That scored 679. That was 20 points better than the $5 GBP. So multiple avenues to get there. I go over this just to get your juices flowing as into what you should consider when building lineups. Every single year we had used a 10K golfer who take down a GPP. Just throwing that out there. Every single year dating back to 2018. So, and I guess in 2023, how many 10Ks did we have? That's something you guys should know. We had 2? That can't be right. Do I have filters on this? Did we only have 2? Did we only have 2? You guys aren't seeing any filters on here, are you? I see 0 filters. So yeah, 2 10K golfers. That's nuts. I didn't know that. So I guess if you let me put that back up on the screen. They both finished inside the top 5. Seamus Power and Brian Harman. So in all honesty, there are 3 10K golfers. I have no issue going 33% ownership on each one of them. And maybe I play 2 of them together. So I could, now I'll probably just keep it like 33%. maybe in if I'm building 100 lineups, maybe in 2 or 3 of those lineups, I don't do a single 10K golfer, but in the other 97 I do, and maybe I double up on 10Ks in a couple lineups. But I don't know how I don't start with a 10K golfer. I mean, like, look at Aubert. 10th place finish at my not Mayakoba anymore. Jesus, the Worldwide Technology Championship. Forget what that's called. It was so much easier calling the Mayakoba. Whatever. Shriners 13th, 2nd place finish at the Sanderson Farms Championship. So you have a Bermuda event there. This was past Palom, so it doesn't count. This was overseeded, but I believe that's Bermuda as well. So either way, Ludwig looks pretty good. Don't discount Brian Harmon. He has no events under his belt since the Ryder Cup. I believe he was in the Ryder Cup. Didn't watch it. I'm sorry for those that I might offend. But I didn't keep track of that anyway. That was like a week off in my opinion. But he has not played a PGA Tour event since probably the Tour Championship, my guess. Finished 2nd here last year. I'm not discounting him for coming here and playing well. This is like Webb Simpson. You know, he wouldn't play any events leading into this event and then just come here because he's a Georgia boy. Not Webb. Webb's a North Carolina boy, but he plays well at the RSM Classic. So yeah, those 3 10K golfers, I have no issue starting that way. And you have a lot of good 9K golfers in here. I really like Corey Connors. I like Russell Henley. I'm not going to discount Alex Noren whatsoever. I know he barely lost, but he's been playing some decent golf. JT Poston's no slouch. I won't sleep on Justin Suh, and then you kind of have a volatile Siwoo Kim to consider. I got no issues with that either. And then Eric Cole is just kind of a good all-around golfer, especially on kind of a more... This isn't a difficult Bermuda course. I was about to say that, so... but on Bermuda, I kind of like his chances a little bit better. So you got a lot of good 9K golfers, and then the 8K range has a lot of good golfers in it too. Like it's this field has a lot of good lineup possibilities, so I'm excited. Let me double check the chat. I am done with pass optimal and GPP winning lineup portion. Let's see, hold on. Lombardi Lee says he's been in the chat before. I thought so. Charlie Carn goes, weird week, had a ton of 6 of 6 that didn't even min cash. Oh, God, that's the worst. That's like whenever I hear someone talk about wanting a 6 of 6 lineup, it's like, well, no, you need at least the winner and probably 2 or 3 other top 5, top 10 finishers. And then from there, I guess it doesn't necessarily matter as long as they're putting up DraftKings points. But the sweet spot was right about Yuan and we kicked him. Yeah, I had Yuan in my Rainmakers lineups. That was great. I sold 3 Matty Schmid cards last week, by the way, before build. I had lineups already built and I sold 3 of them. I did pretty well though on Rainmakers. I think I made $150 in my Rainmakers lineups. Actually, it was $160. I think when all the thing was said and done. I won a $100 contest, a $50 contest, and then $5 maybe, so maybe $155. But yeah, that was great because I had a lot of Yuan there. Anyone remember which course played easier last year? I remember one was super hard. Well, we can take a look at that really quick. I got no issue before segments. So, oh shoot, I don't have the golf course down. Darn it, I have just Wave as AM. Well, do I have it in 2022? I do. I don't know why I didn't have it last year. That kind of stinks. Okay. So what I can do is, this is the starting course that they played on. I'm going to go ahead and highlight. We'll see what their average score was. So average was 68.66 at the Plantation course in 2022. Your low round was 63 and your high round was 77. The next day when they went to the Seaside course, the average was 71, which is 3 shots worse than the Plantation course. And the low round was 65, the max was 78. So 1 higher with the maximum, 2 higher with the minimum. And if I go down to the PM wave, just to, or not PM wave, but the guys that started at the Seaside course, just to see if the day was easier on Thursday, their average score was 66.29, the low round being a 60, the high round being a 73. So Seaside was easier than the Plantation course. And it could be weather related, by the way. It could be weather related. I don't have that built into this. And then when they went to the Plantation course the next day, their average was 72. So I think it was more of a weather thing. So they shot 72 at the Plantation. And the golfers that started Thursday at the Plantation shot 67. So it was a 5-shot swing, which is not the same. You know, it's inconclusive. I can tell you the lowest round was shot at the Seaside course, which was a 60. And what was it, a 63 at the Plantation for those that started? Low round was a 63, yeah. So do with that as you want. Shot like Harden goes, man, you have some bad luck selling cards. I don't think that was bad luck, because I thought about it. So I sold both of my Schmid cards for $30 that were elite cards, and then I sold my legendary card for $50. So I had gotten $110 throughout that. I looked to see what I would have won with the lineup, because I had captained, mind you, I captained Matty Schmid in my legendary contest. I had him, Ryan Brem of all people. Those are my only two legendary cards, or were my only 2 legendary cards. And then because I got to see, I had an email saying, oh, your player card sold. So I clicked on that link after everything was said and done. I added up all the totals that those players would have scored. I would have won $75 in that contest. So I still sold, I didn't get more money from that Matty Schmid card than I would have won in that contest, but $25 is $25. And when the season's coming here to an end, I don't know if I really care all that much, if I'm being honest. So I'm cool with that. We have one more event. I have no idea what's going to happen with the 2023 cards into 2024. So if I can sell them, you know, and still be able to enjoy playing Rainmakers contests, I'm cool with that. All right. Just a reminder for anyone who's popping in the chat right now versus, you know, earlier in the stream. I don't know, of the 9 people I see watching, how many of them showed up in the beginning of the stream, in the middle of the stream, but I am running a giveaway at 9 p.m. And it's all dependent on how many subscribers we have. You see that subscriber goal over there, 600. If we can get to 600 subscribers, I'm going to give away $50. And I'm going to run that giveaway at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. If we don't, I'll be giving away a t-shirt. So it's really up to all of you that are in chat that aren't subscribed yet. If you want a chance to win $50, participate in the chat here, subscribe to the channel, and you're in. You're in. All right, let's move on to, how about a review of the Bermuda? Let's just do that really quickly, because I want to get into the marquee tee times as well as the buckets. So, reviewing the Bermuda Championship, Camilo Villegas won 24 under. I had said it was going to be a birdie barrage. It's not difficult to say that, despite you see 2 tournaments where 15 under won. But I imagined it was going to be around 20 under, because the weather reports were kind of showing it was going to be nice and didn't have to really worry. So 24 under, if you researched, wonderful. If not, I don't think it really mattered. Going to the buckets, I'm gonna go here first. And let's hide some of this stuff because we don't need to see all of it. I can hide up to here. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so reviewing the buckets, because we'll be talking about the buckets here, and then we'll also be talking about the marquee tee times. 2 buckets failed. The last year ones and the 7K bucket. So the last year ones, 1 to 3 was the projection. We had 0 inside the top 10 and 0 inside the optimal lineup. I reviewed this and I thought to myself, would I have changed this? Like, seeing how low the max projection was, and I don't think I would have, because last year ones tend to be a good bucket to choose golfers from, and when I went and looked at the golfers that were in that bucket, they were pretty good. So like, if I know we reviewed this, or we went over this during the live video last week, but if we just look at last year ones, like we had Thomas Dietrich. I got no issue playing him. Akshay Bhatia had no issue playing with him or playing him. Ben Griffin, Alex Smalley. These were 2 favorite golfers of a lot of people going into that event. You had Kevin Yu, Justin Lauer, Marty Doe. I think that's probably where I draw the line. I don't really care to play a lot of these 6K golfers, but if you were to tell me I needed to play one of these golfers, I would have been happy playing Thomas Dietrich, Bhatia, Griffin, or Smalley. I have no issue. Like, I had no issue building lineups around those golfers. Maybe I need to look into it a little bit more next time, just to see if 4 golfers, if that's a high enough confidence rating, or kind of how low the projection was. Because if you look at it, 2.29 was your max projection. That's not very high, and I always tell you you want to round up. I also tell you if this number isn't higher than 2, the minimum will always be 0. Always be 0. So if I had put that in the optimizer and put 0 to 3, this bucket would have hit, and I'll go over the sweet spot optimal, but it would have scored 50 more points, which would have taken down a GPP. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but because I followed those rules, this bucket alone cost the sweet spot optimal a potential chance of winning a GPP. Like, I've been tracking this for a long time. I think we're at like, geez, I think it goes back to the Wyndham of this last year. Let's just put a date on it. I think it goes back to the end of August, where it's just been every single week the sweet spot optimal beat the GPP winner. So if we follow the sweet spot rules completely to a T, like perfectly to a T, we could have taken down a GPP. So this was the first week that it didn't happen in a long time, and that's fine. I mean, that's bound to happen. Again, these are probably things I need to look into a little bit more. Even the conservative max projection over here was pretty low as well. And then when I scroll down the 7K, we had more golfers in the 7K range that finished inside the top 10 and that were in the optimal lineup than I had projected. So I had 1 to 3. There were 4 inside the top 10. There was also 4 in the optimal lineup, which is nutty. That's pretty crazy. And then of course with the sweet spot optimal, we only chose 3. So just to show you what that looks like, I didn't even total them up. Well, we can do that really quickly. 775.5. That was 49,800 for your salary. This was your optimal lineup. Your GPP winner are all of these in blue. Scored 733. And totaling that up, I bet you it's close to 50,000. 49.9. And then your sweet spot optimal are those in green. 49.8. And the totals of this, 706. So yeah, the if I would have taken the last year 1 bucket out, this would have went up to 750 something. Your GPP winning score was 733 and your optimal 775. So that's really the only bucket that did it in. Yeah, that worked. I mean, the buckets were, again, 34 to 36 correct. a pretty good percentage. Sweet, but your t-shirt probably too small. It'll be like Chris Farley fat guy shirt. Next time I will try my best to at least grab a shirt in every, well, I did actually with this last shipment I had. I grabbed a shirt in every size that was available to me. But they just didn't make a size for you, Ryan. Hopefully I can find one. I'll try to find another shirt, because I think the ones I got were either Champion or Gildan. I can't remember, but we'll figure it out. Now, I'm gonna go over the marquee tee times pretty soon with the RSM Classic, just to show you why I go over this. It tends to work out every single week, and last week was another one of those weeks where it worked out. So I look at the top ranked groups in the field, and I tell you, you want to select 2 to 4 golfers to select from to build your lineups around, because we typically see golfers from the marquee tee times, 2 to 4 of them in the optimal lineup, and they never play together. Like, they rarely play together, and that's what you see right here. You had Alex Noren, who was $9,600. He was in the group with Justin Lauer, Patton Kizzire. Only Alex Noren was in the optimal lineup. Another lineup down here was Camilo Villegas. He was playing with Akshay Bhatia and Luke List. He was the only golfer in the optimal lineup. That was Camilo, that is. He was also your winner. And then Adam Scott down here in group 7. He played with Ben Griffin and Brian Gay. If I would have just went all in on Adam Scott, I wouldn't have played someone like Ben Griffin. But again, that last year one bucket, no one played well, like good enough. So it didn't really matter. I think Justin Lauer up there, he was part of the Sweet Spot Optimal. But there you go. We had 3 golfers in the marquee tee times in the optimal lineup. And also, we had 3 golfers that were in the GPP winning lineup. We had 4 golfers that were in the Sweet Spot Optimal, which, if you followed me on Twitter, I said you would have won $1,000 in the Drive the Green contest. You would have won $25,000 in the Sand Trap, because you would have gotten 2nd place in that one. You would have got 5th place in the Drive the Green contest. So you were still making out pretty well, pretty good. There you go, 2 to 4. So let's transition to the RSM Classic. And if you want to follow along with me on the cheat sheet, you're more than welcome to. There's a link in the description. You can use all the filters that I use as well. So I have this already sorted by the group ranks. And so let me just highlight them up here as we go through this. Again, you want to select 2 to 4 golfers to select, you want to select 2 to 4 golfers to put in your lineup. Our first group is Ludwig Aubert, Cameron Young, Corey Connors. That group is solid. It's a super, super good group. They're group number 1. It's not even close. It's not even close when it comes to the Sweet Spot ranks and just overall talent. It's a very good group. If you wanted to start your lineups there, I've got no issue with that. Your second group is Brian Harmon, Brendan Todd, and Chris Kirk. I'm probably staying away from Chris Kirk, although he's a Georgia boy, and actually all 3 of these guys are Georgia boys. So it's a little bit of a hometown or a home golf course group here. One of these guys is probably going to do good enough to be inside the top 10. Let's just put it frankly. And I think it's probably Brian Harmon. So depending on what you want to do with group 1, if you don't want to play anyone from group 1, I think you have to play someone from group 2. And if I was to put any kind of bet, is out of these 2 groups, someone's going to be in the optimal lineup. So I think you have to start there. You got to start with one of these 2 groups. The Aubert, Cam Young, Corey Connors group, or the Harmon, Todd, Chris Kirk group. I just don't see it any other way. They're just so insanely talented. Plus you have the hometown or home course narrative that comes with the Harmon, Todd, Kirk lineups. I just don't see why you wouldn't. Group 3, you got JT Poston, Svensson, and Harris English. Harris English, Georgia boy. JT Poston, Georgia boy. I'm not sure about Svensson. He's a Canadian, but I don't know where he's staying in the States. It could be here in Georgia. It could be in Georgia. I don't know. Anyways, that's a good group. Then you got Jaeger, Hubbard, CT Pan. It's a sneaky good group. I like that. CT Pan at $6,800. Keep your eyes on him. Dietrich, Callum Tarren, and Austin Eckroat. This group has my attention. So Dietrich missed the cut last week. He was $10,600. He got a almost $3,000 price decrease, price bump. What did I see? I was looking at some of the past years and looking at the 7K range. A lot of the golfers that I kind of saw had missed the cut the week before. Like, I guess not Smalley, not Svensson. Where did I see it? Like, I guess I would put, yeah, I'd probably put Dietrich in the Shamo category. Like this. He missed the cut the week before, did not play the year before. I guess we have also Taylor Moore right there. 2021. Byrne is not that guy. I don't know what I saw. I was looking at this yesterday. I should have wrote notes. Munoz. By the way, the funny thing about Sebastian Munoz, the times that he finished inside the top 10, he missed the cut the year before and he missed the cut the week before. Okay, whatever I'm trying to show you, I'm not finding. So we can poo-poo that. Never mind. I do remember looking at Thomas Dietrich and thinking to myself, I think he's going to be a good play this week. I'm not going to sleep on him. $7,700 I think is a pretty good price tag. I also really like Callum Tarren. He finished top 20 here last year. He finished second to be exact. No issue playing with him, or playing him. And then Austin Eckroat I think is also a good golfer to choose as well. Then we have Mitchell, Montgomery, Smotherman. I don't really have much to say about them. Russell Henley, Billy Horschel, and Camilo Villegas. You can see Camilo Villegas is 81st in my model. Winning a tournament the week before doesn't really update that model very fast. So despite that increasing his Bermuda golf course stats, despite that improving his recent form stats, I still look at season long. I still look at, you know, overall scope of stats. And Camilo just I think last week he was 90th in my model or something like that. So he's jumped up, but just not enough to really make a huge mark in this field. So yeah, I don't mind playing Camilo again. He's on a heater. He's been playing really well the last couple weeks, so I have no issue with playing him again, but I do really like Russell Henley, and I'm not sleeping on Billy Horschel. I think those are good plays too. And then I think you also have Sea Island's own Matt Kuchar going with JJ Spawn and Francesco Molinari. Haven't seen Molinari in forever. Kind of a wild card play. I do like Matt Kuchar, by the way. And then we have Siwoo Kim, Akshay Bhatia, and Ryan Brehm in that last group. I don't mind any of those guys. Probably stay away. I'm not super sold on Ryan Brehm, but he did play pretty well at Bermuda. I've got no issue playing him this week. So those are your marquee tee times. Remember, select 2 to 4 golfers from these 9 groups and don't pair them up together with golfers in the same group. So this is where I'd want you to start when you're thinking about playing 2 to 4 golfers. Start here, and then we can go from there. What I want to talk about next are the buckets. It's funny, I had someone come into the chat comment on my video last week going, "Oh, this guy likes to talk about buckets." Well, yeah, dude, it's my shtick. It's like the thing that I talk about. I put golfers into buckets because it helps us narrow down our best opportunities to find 6 golfers inside the top 10. So, Rose, hello, and welcome. Okay. I'm not going to talk about every bucket, but if you're on the cheat sheet, there is a bucket system page. It is updated with the RSM Classic. You can check that out if you want. How you read it is, I want you to basically look at these 2 columns when you're looking at the bucket and the number. So last year bucket 1, I'm projecting 0 to 2. And how I read that and how you should read that is this max projection, you always round up. Always round up. So 1.3 becomes 2. Because that's not over 2, doesn't matter what this number is, it's always 0. So despite seeing numbers on there, you just got to remember there are rules that come with this. So one of those interesting ones that I would consider, by the way, you always round down with this number. Here's an interesting bucket to look at. Last year fives. The max projection is 3.2. The minimum is 1.92. 3.2 goes up to 4, 1.92 goes down to 1. So that projection literally is 1 to 4. It's a pretty large range, but it's letting you know, hey, if you see 4 golfers you like from this bucket, don't be afraid to play golfers from that bucket. And how you can use this, so you're looking at last year fives, you can go to the cheat sheet, go to the dream sheet tab, put that filter on there, and then hit that filter up here with the LW. This is your last year bucket right there. Clear that out and scroll down to 5 and review the golfers you see in the last year bucket 5. If there are 4 golfers you want to play from this bucket, you have the absolute green light to do so. If you don't, that's cool too. Try to play at least 1. So try to find at least 1 golfer from here, and it should be pretty easy because there are 56 golfers in that bucket. So it's pretty large. But it also limits you. It says don't play more than 4. So don't play 5, don't play 6, play somewhere between 1 to 4. So that's how you can read that, or that's how you can use the bucket system to your advantage on the dream sheet. So that's how you read it. Again, we round up in the max projection column, we round down. There should always be a 2-point buffer between the two. So if you see something like this, course history 6s, although it says it's 0 to 1, you always want a 2-point buffer, so that's really 0 to 2. So just keep that in mind. What I'm going to do is just talk about anchor buckets. And how I figure out anchor buckets is I look at the max projection, and we go greater than or equal to 2. Okay? These are technically all of the anchor buckets, but what I like to do is go one step further, and I just want to look at buckets that have less than 30 golfers in them, and there are only 2, and it's a recent form bucket and a salary bucket, so we kind of don't have anchor buckets, which again, anchor buckets are just buckets we want, like we are demanding to select golfers from. So recent form 2 is an interesting bucket. We might as well just take a look at that right away. So here are all the golfers in that bucket. We have a total of 26. These are golfers with good recent form. That's what this bucket entails. They have that somewhere between 20 to 40 average finishing position over the last 7 weeks. There are some notable names. Alex Noren, I like him. Don't really care for Justin Suh. I like Steven Yeager. Luke List won not too long ago. Don't mind him. Alex Smalley, disappointing performance last week. I also don't mind him. You have Camilo, Taylor Montgomery, which, you know, $7,600, not terrible. I really like Cam Champ this week. And then you've got a couple other guys down here. Matty Schmid, who just finished, what, second last week? He's worth consideration as well. So, wanting to select at least one golfer from this bucket, I'm not too thrilled with. I don't see a golfer that I absolutely want to play, which is actually okay. When you have this many golfers, you can just split them up almost evenly. There's 26. If you're building 100 lineups, you could play, you know, of those 100 lineups, you could have 100% exposure to this bucket and only play maybe one golfer 4 times at max. So that's a way you could look at it. And actually, there's enough golfers in here to justify that. Maybe like Kevin Chappell and Aaron Baddeley, we wouldn't want to play 4 times, maybe 3 times. Duncan, same. But like Hickok and up, I don't mind playing 4 or more of those guys or, you know, 4 or more lineups with those guys in them. Got no issue with that. If I were to go to the buckets once again and remove the bucket totals this year, we can select all, and these are technically all the buckets. There's just a lot of golfers in them. So I'm yeah. Let's just take a look. Golfers who missed the cut, you want 1 to 4. Golfers who did not play here last year, you want somewhere between 1 to 3. So that's a bucket to consider. Golfers who did not play here last year. Golfers who did not play last week. That's also another bucket worth considering. We have course history 3s, course history 4s. That's just, you know, where they fall in their average finishing position at this course. And this dates back to 2013. So if they're in that 40 to 60 range, you want somewhere between 2 to 5 of those golfers. If they're in that 60 to 80 range, believe it or not, 1 to 3, although I might, yeah, this is a 0 to 3 bucket. I've been using the SweetSpot ranks into my totals over here. This is less than 2. That drops us to 0. So it's 0 to 3. So ignore that one. We just talked about recent form 2s. Recent form 3s are very similar to that course history 4 bucket. Pretty darn close to being under 2 for this conservative projection. So maybe we don't play. We don't set this to 1. Put it that way. So really, it's like these 4 buckets with recent form 2 are really kind of the only anchor buckets that I kind of see that you want to select golfers from. But of course, you don't have to look at this. You don't have to, you know, go cross-eyed, making your eyes hurt or anything like that. You could just use the optimizer to build lineups, which we're going to be doing right now. So if you have 2 to 4 golfers you'd like me to build lineups around, I will do just that. And I'm going to pin the first lineup that came in to the chat from AJ Love. AJ, you still here? Oh no, a wild Anna appears. Hey guys, we got some sound effects now. I don't know how loud these are on your guys' side, so I'm gonna mess around with the volume, but I think these are hilarious. We got the cash register. There we go. Get the volume all the way up to 100%. How loud is that? Is this like ear piercing? That choice of yours, Shot Like Harden, was doo-doo. Oh, I have to change all these volumes. I just noticed that. There we go. This is kind of cool. I actually just saw that you can change the volumes on here. Okay, crickets. Knock it off. Can you guys hear that with the music that's playing? That's what Anna just got. She came in and said what up and no one said hi to her. She got crickets. I need to get a sad violin to go with that. Okay. I did say I got a drum roll. Look at that. What else do we have? I think that's the reverse sound. Yay, one person said hi to her. She probably already left because she was bored that no one acknowledged that she came into the chat. All right, let's start building lineups. So, let's see here. What happened to my other chat? There it is. She definitely left. I guarantee you she left. Let's see here. Pendrith, Noren, and maybe add Poston. Do we want to? Pendrith and Noren. Okay. There's Pendrith. Let's take a look at Noren. Man, my eyes are going cross-eyed just trying to find Alex Noren. What the hell? Oh, there he is. Say yes, and then what? We want Poston. Well, good news. None of them are playing together. So that's wonderful. Let's see if it breaks the optimizer. It does not. Ooh, I like this lineup. Noren, Poston, Mitchell, Smalley, Pendrith, Shank. That is a very good... it's a very good, like, balanced lineup. It's pretty good. I'm gonna give Noren a 100-point bonus because I don't want to continue to saying no to him. And I'm also gonna change the max exposures. Again, this is available to you. You can use this optimizer if you want to. Actually, let me move this off to the side so we don't really see it. There you go. AJ, do you want me to change this currently with the JT Poston? You want me to change it to Harman, Pendrith, and Noren? I certainly can. Got no issue with that. Noren, Poston, Jaeger, Pendrith, Griffin, Lashley. That's a sexy lineup too, man. I need a whistle. That's what I need to do. I need to do the... I think I can only whistle this way right now. I need that whistle. Oh, she came back to chat. There we go. Noren, Poston, McCarthy, Kirk, Pendrith. Dude, this lineup here, just including Poston, is giving you a ton of options to build with. I like this. But let me, do you want me to switch out Poston for Harman? I got no issue with that. Noren, Poston, Horschel. Oh yeah. Forgot. I can talk like this. Does this sound weird? I don't have it playing back on myself. Oh, wait. Now I think it's been updated. I can change the pitch of my voice. Super high or super low. Too much fun, man. This is Echo Delta Niner trying to page AJ Love. Do you want Harman or Poston? Just wanted to try Harman for... Oh, later? Okay. Yeah. You got it. We can do that. Ooh, the Korean Cowboy. You're going after Shelley Cardin's heart right here. Noren, Poston, Horschel, Davis, Thompson. The lineup, like just the differences in builds just with these three golfers, I like a lot. Harman, Noren, Poston, Pendrith, Duncan, Norlander. I don't mind that. Kind of like that. And it actually just brought in Harman naturally for you. Harman, Noren, Poston, Pendrith. Mackenzie Hughes and Trevor Cohn. Hey, Trevor Cohn, wasn't he just talked up maybe 2 weeks ago? I know Back Nine Bets Byron, he was on that guy for a little while. This might be the time to go back to him. I think he's a Florida boy, right? If I remember correctly. Got no issue there. This is another good lineup. Grayson Sig's a Georgia boy. Norin Poston Dietrich. Endrith Champ. Grayson Sig. Sign me up, man. Ooh, 48.5. Why is it selecting underneath? Oh, I know why. I told you all that I was going to change this. I think that's also why it's selecting different golfers, which is why I like building the optimizer in the first place. There. Let's try that again, and let's bring back Sig, because I don't want Sig just to go to the wayside. Did that voice thing not work? There's 1 minute left of the free ones, so I can't even use the ones currently. I don't know if it updates and it creates new ones. Ah, welcome in, Joanne. Thank you for the support. Done with this year, waiting for next year to start. Going to put some time in studying more on the golfers for next year. Holy moly. There are a ton of new voices that just came through. Wow. Why does it? Okay. Oh, background effects. I can turn that off. There we go. Does my voice actually change, or is it not changed on your guys' side? I can hear it on my side. Maybe it's not. Doesn't matter. It's all good. I'll have to figure it out later. The lineup on the screen is really good. Norin, Poston, Mitchell, Smalley, Pendrith, Adam, Schenk. We like that one. Double voiced. Okay. That probably has something to do with my mic and then the program. I wonder if it can. Whatever. We'll figure it out some other time. Not too worried about doing different voices now. I heard that same thing too when I was doing it. Well, hold on.
What if I did this? Can you just hear the one? Can you just hear the deep voice now? Chat should only be 10 seconds until I see it. So maybe you guys are not caught up. Like the little live thing down at the bottom.
Tell me if that one worked. Did that one work? When I changed my voice? Okay, we figured it out. We figured it out. Hey, I told you guys at some point in time I was going to start doing these things. Slowly but surely we're getting there. I apologize for it taking forever. But we finally, you know, it's working. We're doing things the way we want to. Norin, Poston, Mitchell, Kirk, Pendrith, KH Lee. It's not terrible. Just a reminder, I'm doing a giveaway in 40 minutes at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, we are trying to hit that sub goal all the way over there, 600 subscribers. So we need 4 new ones. 4 new ones. Four new subscribers, and we'll give away $50 at 9 p.m. 40 minutes from now. If not, we give away a t-shirt. So up to you guys. The voice worked, but it was super quiet. Yeah, I don't know how to change that. Oh, actually, I do know how to change it. Let me do it again.
Voice volume is at 100 now. Does that help? Does it work now? It's also conflicting with the music because it's all coming through the same way.
This is Anna's favorite voice. She really likes this one. Anyways.
This one's interesting. Norin. Oh, actually, it was the last one. But this one's also really good. Norin, Poston, Mitchell, Kirk, Pendrith, Brandon Wu. These are really good cash game lineups. I have one duplicate on accident. Norin, Poston, Mitchell, Smalley, Pendrith, Sam Ryder. Dude, I'm game for all these lineups, and I've been finding out I like putting these balanced lineups in those 25-cent winner take all lineups. I think that's like the best place to put those for whatever reason. You're competing against 2 other people, and having a well-built lineup like this, like, you don't necessarily have to do anything drastic. You could do something like this. Norin, Poston, Mitchell, Smalley, Pendrith, Stevens, Sam Stevens. I haven't heard a lot from Sam Stevens as of late. I actually like that one. We'll save it. Hey, those that typically participate in chat, like, actually, this goes to anyone, really. Does not matter. I am thinking for next year, so the calendar new year, when I come back and do videos, I got partnered with YouTube, and I can provide privileges to those that are members. So I was thinking of doing like a members only stream where we could just sit down and build lineups together, go over like more nitty gritty stuff. Maybe I jump on Wednesday nights while I'm building my lineups and kind of go through my process. Would anyone be interested in that? I'm pretty sure the YouTube members, it's like $5 a month or something like that. But I'd be willing to do a little extra for that. So if you're interested, let me know. You could email me. You don't really necessarily have to leave a comment here if you don't feel comfortable, but you could email me, and then we can cover it that way. Okay. One more lineup. This one on the screen is pretty good. And so is this one. I like that one. Norin, Poston, Jaeger, Kirk, Pendrith, Ben Martin. All right, let's take a look at the other lineups. So that was from AJ Love. AJ, I will get to your other lineups later. Let's take a look. Who is next? Anna, are you still in chat? I just saw you, I saw your request earlier. I will do that for you if you'd like me to. Oh, what the heck? can't pin that message. All right, Ludwig and Kuchar. That's our next one. We're not doing that. Anna, come on. Joanne, happy birthday. To get smarter on golf. Appreciate that, Joanne. Thank you. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Get a round of applause for Joanne. Happy birthday. We want Ludwig and Matt Kuchar. I like that, by the way. There is a baby voice on here. Maybe I can do the uwu voice.
Uwu?
Oh my god, that was so good. I hope you guys heard that. That was impressive. Oh my god. Ludwig, Kuchar, Smalley, Montgomery, Shank, Brandon Wu. That is a really good lineup. I like that lineup a lot. This is dangerous, man. Like having these controls to do the extra sounds and stuff. Ooh, we're dangerous. Aberg, Kuchar, Kirk, Montgomery, Griffin, Kevin Yu. No 10-9-8, but that's a pretty solid lineup. Leaving $500 on the table. I don't know how I feel about that. I really like that upside. I like that upside a lot. Kick you. Okay, so the fact that I literally, you know, when we do this, almost every single week, there's that moment where it's like, it was meant to be. You just told me to kick Wu and then you. And I, prior to building lineups for you, did the uwu voice. That couldn't have been scripted any better. Kick woo you. Not really uwu, but oh my god. Too good. Too good. This song is so slow. Get out of here. All right. Charlotte Cardin, do we like the lineup on the screen? Ober, God, I want to say Aberg so bad. Ober, Kuchar, Kirk, Montgomery, Korean Cowboy Lee, Hayden Buckley. I don't mind it. Like I actually do like it, and I'm probably gonna I will save it. But are you liking the 10K drop to an 8K and then do like 3 7s and a 6, or are we looking to add a 9K golfer to the mix? Okay. I like this lineup too. I like this lineup a lot. Obear, Kuchar, Kirk, Montgomery, Shank, Gordon. Lots of Montgomery showing up, which I don't mind. I really don't. How much Montgomery is that? That's all of the Montgomerys. Do we want to kick Montgomery or do we want to keep him in? I have a feeling he's just going to show up a lot. Okay. Ooh, 2 AK golfers. I like McCarthy. Ben Taylor. I don't hate it. I really don't. There tends to be a low 6K inside the top 10 a lot. You know, if we're doing 100 lineups, I like this one definitely in one of those lineups. I wouldn't even mind putting a lineup like this into like the sand trap, the $25 sand trap, or even like the $5 drive the green. I like that. Okay. Obear, Kuchar, Svensson, Taylor Montgomery, Ben Griffin, Kevin Chappell. I don't hate it. I think I saved a Chappell lineup in the last one. I'm not gonna save this one, but I like it. Obear, Kuchar, Mitchell, Smalley, Shank, Blair. I like Zach Blair. I like that one a lot. Obear, Kuchar, Mitchell. Yeah, sign me up. I love that line. I really, really, really like this lineup. Obear, Kuchar, Yeager, Montgomery, Griffin, Ryan Gerard. Dude, like when I said in the earlier, when I opened the video or this video with the field this week makes lineup building fun. There are a lot of avenues you can go, and they're all quality lineups. You know, unlike the Bermuda where it just felt kind of narrow, like you needed to probably go Scott and then somewhere else. This one's like, I don't know, there's several directions you could go with your lineup building. I like this one. It's a lot of Montgomery for my taste, but if you like it, all the better. Yeah, I might as well save it. Let me find the next lineups. I just like to do 10 at a time unless I get a ton of requests. If I get a ton of requests, then I just do, you know, like 3 or 5 at a time. I think AJ Love is next, and I believe after that is Ryan and then Joanne. I like the golf. This is my favorite lineup yet. This is by far my favorite lineup yet. Anytime you can put the Gribbler in a lineup, I am all down for it, man. Give me the Gribbler. Well, okay. I should write down some things. I need to get the cartoon Riddler voice. Anytime I say the Gribbler, we will play the Riddler, like a Riddler whatever. But yeah, Cody Gribble. He'd won on tour a while ago. Which tournament was it? Was it this one? There was a tournament. I think it might have been a lesser one. Maybe like the Puerto Rico Open. It could have been that. Don't think it was this one. No. Anyways. Oh, I think he won the Sanderson Farms. before it became like a full field event. Anyways, I like Cody Gribble. Aubert, Kuchar, Kirk, Thompson, Montgomery, and Martin. Davis Thompson, by the way, Georgia boy. Yeah, sign me up. I like that lineup. Does he really? I hated Cody Gribble. I would say I don't know him, but I just hated how he conducted himself on the golf course back in like 2018, 2019 or something like that. He just seemed like a smug country club golfer out there, kind of like Keith Mitchell in a way, with a bit of a hotter temper. And it's like, man, what a little, he was a young kid, a lot of potential. And for whatever reason, I like him more now. I think because he failed and he came back. Just like a redemption story type of thing. So I like Gribble because of that, which isn't super rational, but you pick sometimes you can't choose your favorites. Sometimes you can't choose the people you like. I'm glad I reran this one more time because we wouldn't see a Webb Simpson lineup if we didn't. Aubert, Kuchar, Smalley, Montgomery, Shank, Webb Simpson. These are all super good lineups that are being built off of Aubert, Kuchar. And then Eckroat. Yeah, sign me up, man. Oh my God. What have you done, Shalek Harden? What have you done? Ryan Palmer. This is a core. And that's a core I can get behind. I'm building extra ones because I like these ones. And if I'm being honest, I kind of have to build lineups tonight and save them because I won't be able to do them tomorrow. Kuchar, Mitchell, Kirk, Shank, T-Dunks. Sure. I'm going to do one more because 25 is just a round number to build lineups with. Dylan Wu. With Akshay Bhatia in there, sure. Looks good. All right, AJ, are you still in the chat? We will do yours, which is kind of a little alteration from your original one. So you wanted to go with Harman. Harman. Norin. And what was it? Pendrith? Where is, okay, there he is. Yeah, Pendrith also got a $1,500 price reduction. That's pretty good. All right, AJ. Shalek Harden unlocked the optimizer. You might have. Brian Harman, Alex Noren, Matt Kuchar, Pendrith, Lashley, Kevin Yu. I'm a fan. Like that lineup a lot. I feel like I'm going to say that all night tonight. I like that lineup a lot. Yep. Like this one. It appears Kuchar's going to show up a lot. Do we like Kuchar enough? Or do you want me to kick him out? Shank and Gribble, of course. Personally, I don't mind Kuchar at this event, but if you want to see a little bit of variety, you might want to change that up. Harman, Noren, Jaeger, Pendrith, Wu, Duncan. I don't mind that one. Okay. I don't know if I want to save another Tyler Duncan lineup. I don't mind that one, but I also don't care for it either. Ooh, we get a little Siwoo action in here. I like that. Sure, why not? We'll save it with Kevin Chappell. Why not? Harmon, Norwin, English, Thompson, Pendrith, Kazire. I do like that one. Yeah, sure. I was gonna say, I don't like pairing up price tags together, but that's just a superstition thing that I need to not think about. I'm going to change my 6K golfers to 4% because I'm tired of seeing a lot of the same 6K golfers show up. Sea Island Mafia. I know. I've got no issue with it. I wouldn't build, I may have already, but I wouldn't consciously build all 6 golfers from Sea Island. Like, I wouldn't build lineups with 6 golfers from Sea Island. This one I like. I like this one a lot. This was one of my other favorite ones. All right, we'll build 4 more unless we see some really good ones here where I feel like I just have to continue building, which I like the lineup right here. Marty Doe, I like Marty Doe. We've got no issue playing Marty Doe. I'm gonna stay away from Baddeley though. I mean, in a perfect world, I am building 100 lineups where the 6K golfers aren't the same, or I'm not playing the same 6K golfer probably more than 2 lineups. So having Aaron Baddeley is fine, but since I'm at 99 lineups right now, and I just don't see myself really. I don't really want to do a Baddeley lineup. So, anyways. This is an interesting lineup. Norwin, English, Pendrith, Lee, Novak. Sure. Duffner. Do we do Duffner here? Harmon, Norwin, Kuchar, Pendrith, Lee, Duffner. Do you guys like Duffner? I don't know if I like Duffner or not. I mean, Duffner's fine, but I don't know. I think I'm not gonna save it. It's an interesting lineup, but I'm not gonna save it. Scott Harrington, I tried playing last week. I just don't think he's got it in the tank anymore. I don't really care for Sung Kang either. Neither do I care about Johnny Bird. There we go. Finally. Harmon, Norwin, Yeager, Pendrith, Lashley, Ryan Gerard, leaving $500 on the table. I don't want to leave $500 on the table, but it's still a good lineup. Sometimes you can't look at the price tags and how much money you're leaving on the table. Chesson Hadley, I don't mind putting him in the lineup. With Scott Pierce, sure. I like veterans at this golf course. I got no issue with that. Harmon, Norin, Horschel, Penrith Wu, Lashley. Lashley has more points than Horschel? Okay. We're gonna kick Lashley out. I don't want to see all that Lashley. Okay, where you at, bud? What the hell? 71, right? There we go. I got Harmon, Norin, Pendrith, Schmidt, Simpson, Smalley. What do you think? I don't mind it. Let me just throw that in to the optimizer and just see what it looks like. Simpson, Smalley. Webb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we just need Schmidt. Is it Matty Schmidt or is it? I think it's at Matty Schmidt, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. It'll run it. It'll show it, and then we'll figure it out. So leaving $0 on the table. 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 7. I like it. Want you to pick a last year 5 and a last year 6. You've got one of each. Perfect. The only thing maybe lacking are 2 last week 6s. So you have 4 golfers playing from last week in this field. Now we can, and there 3 of them are in the top 20. Let's see, is that a good historic thing to do? So we have Smalley, Damon, Clark. So 9, 8, 7. You also have another 8K golfer there that's in the top 20. I'm looking at this column here. That's last week for 2023. 2022, 10K golfer, 7K, 7K with top 20 finishes. So we also have Aaron Rye down there. Connors, 8,900. Really your only one. And that was the Masters the week before. OHL, so we got 2 9K golfers and an 8K golfer. So I guess what it's kind of showing us, 8K golfers that had a top 20 finish the week before tend to be a good bet. Although here in 2022 it's 7Ks, but in 2023 you also have your 10 and 9Ks there as well. You only had the one instance of an 8K golfer having a top 10 finish the week before. And then you had a ton of 7K golfers, which actually that's a pretty good conversion rate. Versus this week, I want this, and then I want... Let's just select all and put a condition on this, less than or equal to 20. So we do have a large 7K range. Okay, so it's probably best to grab a 7K golfer. Okay. Which you have. Think what? Pendrith last week 1. Schmid was last week 1. Smalley's last week 2. That's fine. Noren, your 9K golfer, and last week 1 as well. And that's your 3 that were last week 1s. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. It breaks the projections. Yeah, it breaks the projections. Just double check buckets. Last week 1s. 0 to 2. We've had up to 4 inside the top 10 at one time, so that's good. Max of 1 in the optimal lineup and a max of 2 inside the top 5, so that's not super great. I don't hate it. It depends on, I guess, where you're putting that lineup. Like if you're gonna put in a GPP, you're probably not gonna win the GPP. If you're putting into like a 100-man, 200-man contest, you probably have a good chance to win a GPP that way. I'd like it as a lineup build, but why I go over the buckets is basically finding those performance trends to try to limit my exposure to being too biased, like over results. You know, like last week 1s are your top 20 finishes from last week. Doesn't prove to be a huge indicator of success. What's going on, Byron? Nice to see you in the chat, buddy. Everyone give a round of applause for Byron. Byron, We've got sound effects now, buddy. Anyways. So anyways, I don't mind it, AJ. I don't mind it at all. Okay. Moving on to our next builds, I believe we have Ryan. I don't know if Ryan is still with us. Ryan Henson. Ryan typically has 3 golfers in the 7K range that tend to do okay. Last week, not so much. Last week was not a good showing. I don't from what I remember for his 3 golfers, but he does have some interesting names here. Corey Connors. I imagine that's Taylor Moore, or is that right? It's Ryan Moore. Yeah, it's the only Moore. And then Kisner. Kevin Kisner. $6,800 Kisner. Ooh, I think that's pretty dangerous. Okay. Let's see what happens. Everyone follows the buckets. Perfect. Ryan Moore. Byron, how was your show, man? I didn't have time to watch it. I was working on this stuff. Who are your top 5, or give me like your top 3 golfers that you want to play this week? I'm interested. Somebody told me the Gribbler. You're into the Gribbler. All right, Ryan, I don't mind this lineup. Connors, Kuchar, Jaeger, Todd, Moore, Kisner. I do like it. I think what we're going to have to do, this middle chunk, most likely, you're going to have to tell me a golfer from here that you want booted out of your lineups. I'm not going to go down and give these guys 200-point bonuses, because it still wouldn't really help. Yeah, as I build lineups, maybe I will make a decision and then you can tell me otherwise. So like out of this lineup, I probably kick Brendan Todd out, most likely. But yeah, I don't mind this lineup. We have 4 minutes until I run the giveaway. So where are we at? 596? Yeah, we're at 596. So it looks like we're giving away a t-shirt unless 4 new subscribers come in and just like, you know what? We want to subscribe. You wanted to keep Brendan Todd? Okay. Do you know who you'd want to kick? From that previous one, I think it was Jaeger and Kuchar. And here you have Kuchar, McCarthy, and Svensson. It was fun, the usual. Ryder, Shank, Cole, Connors, Post, and Todd are guys I am betting and for the most part playing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, lots of times when I do catch your shows, you and I are usually on the same guys. I imagine a lot of it's model ran, so I see a lot of the same things you see. And also pay attention to some of the golfers that I mean, pay attention to like the lesser known golfers throughout the last couple weeks and kind of find some kind of affinity for. Because I was there with you, Trevor Cohn. How are you feeling about Trevor Cohn this week? I know you were on him a couple weeks ago and it kind of burned you, but how do you feel this week? I wonder, did I just save this one? Kuchar, McCarthy, Svensson. Kuchar Berkeley, yeah. Who'd you like kicked out of this one, Ryan? I'd imagine Svensson. You let me know, though. McCarthy? Connors, Kuchar, Svensson, Todd, Moore, and Kisner. All right, so Kuchar, Svensson, Todd. You gotta marry one, kill one, and you know the other one. Which one are we? Which one are we choosing? Thank you. I'll be here all day. That one was on a low volume. Kick Todd. I tried to kick Todd before, you told me no. He's back in the pool. I tend to stick with those super cheap 6K guys for longer than usual. Yeah, that's why I came up with the moniker, never fall in love with the 6K golfer, but never disrespect one. And you, sir, seem to have fallen in love with the 6K bug. Sug Kuchar Kirk? Sure, I don't mind that one. Who would you like kicked out of this one, Ryan? I know, man. So this has been something I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's just like throughout the week, you go through the daily or the weekly grind, and if it doesn't pop in your head, you never really think to look into it. So what I ended up doing was yesterday, I can't remember, I think I was rearranging something on my desk and I came across a piece of paper that said, get sound effects for your stream. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm gonna look into this. And so I have a stream deck, and I can't remember if I had Googled it first. No, I just opened up Stream Deck because I knew I could do some sounds on there. And there was an app called Voice Mod, and I really just wanted to also find a way to change my voice, which we were doing earlier in the stream, which was pretty funny. Here, let me show you.
So, we can talk a little like this and be a little scary. Is it? There we go. That will be deeper. Kicks. All right, perfect. You know, we have to run a giveaway, actually. So,
should we get in the T-Pain voice? No, this is weird.
Let's do our giveaway. Everyone in chat, I will write your names into the giveaway right now. I already have those that participated last week. Oh boy.
I could also sing a song for you, if you'd like me to. Get that auto-tune.
All right, we're back. I should get a South African one in here. to talk like my brother. All right. Let me go through the chat. We already have all of these people in here already. I'm going to start at the very top, and I'm going to write everyone's name down that participated in this chat. This is for a t-shirt because we couldn't get 4 lousy new subscribers. And I blame every one of you. I'm kidding, I don't. It is what it is. You can't really control that kind of stuff. We try. I mean, it's off season. It's during the fall. Chad shows up for like two minutes. He's probably lurking though. He's got kids. Gabe Lombardi Lee. AJ, Charlie Carden, there's Ryan. We have Rose. Anna Marie. We have Joanne in there. See, what else do we have? Josh, AJ, Ryan, Anna, Joanne, Shot Like Harden, Joanne, AJ, and then we got all the way down to Byron. Back 9, Byron. Yeah, Ryan, if you unsubscribe and subscribe, it doesn't, it won't show me new people. We're looking for the total amount of subscribers to get to 600. I'm not looking for technically, you know, the word new. I'm looking to add. We're looking to add. So we have the RSM and we are live. PGA DFS live. All right. So those that participated in last week's video, you get double the amount of entries, but also you could have commented on those videos like the guys up here that did. Gabe did, Barry did, Chad did, Shalik Harden also. You just got to go to the replay section, have that video playing, and just leave a comment in there and just be like, yo, what's up? And you got it. Alrighty. So now that we have our drum roll, when I click the yes right here, we will find our winner who's going to get a t-shirt. And if you don't want the t-shirt, we can bank it for whenever I do another merch drop. You just have to keep track. Drum roll, please. DF. I am not sure who that is. I know he came into the chat last week. DF, if you, oh, you know what? DF, I want you to get back to me. Let me know. If you're in the chat now, I almost just want to make this like you have to be watching right now type of thing. I think that's, do we do that? I'll give him or her 5 minutes to claim this. And if they don't, we'll do it again. How does that sound? Is that fair? Kind of wanted this to be like a right now thing. You're here, you get the benefit. I mean, you're gonna get the benefits of winning the giveaway. So we'll give him 5 minutes. If he doesn't respond, oh, he's here! Look at that! Congratulations, you have won a t-shirt. He doesn't even go here. I wonder, can I see who's in my chat? I just see participants. I see 8 viewers, but 5. Okay. Lombardi. There we go. Can you guys see who's all in the chat? Am I the only person that doesn't know how to do that? Tooch is here. There we go. Well, here, hold on. I am so sorry. I'm so confused. Like, you guys all told me he's in the building, and I wasn't sure if that's because you saw him just post or if you saw his name. Doesn't matter, but hey. Congratulations, sir. Reach me there. SweetSpotDFS. You want a t-shirt. You can either bank that for $15, or I can send you that t-shirt with the size. Oh, that is right. You certainly can do that. I forgot you can do that. I don't know how I do that on this side of the stream though. Yes, I have t-shirt sizes, I think in anything from medium to XXX. But I plan to get a hat drop somewhere down the road. I also plan to get another merch drop that has, it's just the white version of this. I actually might do the badge. Like, I'll show you what that would look like. I'm gonna put this on the screen. That badge that you see, that just showed up, I'm thinking about putting that as like white. Like a white version with that badge right here. I think that'd look pretty sharp. Tooch, are you the same person as DF? Are you double user watching this? Which, hey, all the power. But I see you said bank it. I don't know if that's DF saying bank it. Anyways, let's finish our lineup builds. Congrats though, man. I'm glad that you're here and I'm glad you spoke up. Yeah, so I'll show you. This is what the t-shirt looks like. It's obviously not, you know, backwards. It'll be the correct way around. But yeah, I have hats. I don't know. Do I have a... maybe I have... Let me see if I have a picture of them. And it would be like what I would plan to do. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. So, but yeah, they're like trucker hats. Hold on. I can find something really quick. Sun something? Man, I can't remember what it's called. I don't remember the person I was talking to, what her name was. But I was planning on doing a hat drop. Oh, I found it. I found it. I think I've shown this before. I don't know if I can zoom in on this. Sure I can. So I purchased these hats for myself. So I have these 4 hats, but this is what they would look like. They have the little badge. They are trucker hats, so they have the mesh in the back. We have builds, and by the way, for any of you that are in chat, if you want me to put an order in for hats like this, you can see what the price is. I didn't get any discount. I did reach out to this lady to make me polo shirts, like golf polos, and it's like there's a discount when you buy like 15 shirts, so it's like, I don't know, over $1,000 or something like that, because each shirt's like $60 or $70. So it's like, I'm not gonna spend $1,000 on a merch drop. And anyways, I'm cool with doing whatever. I've worked with custom ink. I've done hats. I obviously done sweatshirts. So if you guys all want me to order something, I certainly can. But yeah, you can reach out to me on email if you'd like that. Okay. Enough dilly-dallying. Here's the next lineup, Ryan. Yeah, Corey Connors, JT Poston, Matt Kuchar, Chris Kirk, Ryan Moore, and Kevin Kisner. Sea Island boys. Poston, Kuchar, Kirk. Solid. Connors, Poston, Kuchar, Kirk, Moore, Kisner. I just did that. I'm sorry. Who'd you like kicked? Poston, Kuchar, or Kirk? Byron, you still here too? No, that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Shot like Harden, have a good night, man, and good luck to you this weekend. Just a reminder, I am not going to stream until January, so Tournament of Champions will be the next time that I'll go live, in case you're wondering. Kick Kuchar. SLF? Who the heck is SLF? I know who you're trying to say, but you hit the wrong key there, pal. Byron, okay. Goya, Palmer, and McCarthy. I hear you. I see you. I see you. I have like 3 more lineups for Mr. Ryan Henson. Honors, Poston, Luke List, Chris Kirk, Moore, Kisner. Who would you like kicked out of this bunch here, Ryan? Okay. Lukey Boy List is out of the lineup. We go on to the next one. Harmon gets added to this. Honors, Smalley, Hadley, Moore, Kisner. This is a lineup I can get behind. This is a lineup I like a lot. I really, really like this lineup. From this one, who'd you like kicked? We have we have Harmon, Smalley, and Hadley. And we have 2 more lineups I'll build for you. Smalley. That guy is smelly. Harmon, Connors, Svensson, Nate Lashley, Ryan Moore, Kevin Kisner. I personally don't like this one, but who would you like kicked? You've got Lashley, Svensson, or Harmon. While you do that, I'm going to mess around with the voice mods. I want to see what those sound like.
What does the Titan? This is Titan. Sounds like Home Alone. I like a cheese pizza. Lashley. Okay. If you give me the line from Home Alone, I would certainly say it. Okay, you got it.
Next lineup is Harmon, Connors, Davis Thompson, Ben Griffin, Ryan Moore, Kevin Kisner. I like that lineup. $600. I don't know how I feel about that, but Thompson and Griffin I think are good plays. I'll save that one. Who would you like kicked out of this one? Harmon, Thompson, or Ben Griffin? I wonder what this voice sounds like. Whoa. This one's called Gas Mask. And it sounds like I'm wearing a mask. Which is exactly where I want to be. Davis Thompson. All right, last lineup for this combo. We have Brian Harmon, Corey Connors, Chesson Hadley, Ben Griffin, Ryan Moore, Kevin Kisner. I don't know how I feel about that one. I'll build one more. Let me know which one you want kicked. AJ, voice mod. This is the program right here. This is added to my Streamlet or my Stream Deck. So if I pull that in, these are the buttons that I have. Like these are all the transitions that you guys can see. So I just click these buttons and the transitions come across. You can see which ones are active right now. This is live. You're currently looking at the strategy show one. Timestamps I don't need to put in there, but they show up like whenever I transition. You can see all the giveaways, my display capture. If I take that off, then you can't see that. On 2, I put all these sounds. Can I actually play it? I wonder. Thought maybe I could just click the button. Guess not. I gotta click it here. Thought I could just click this. Maybe not. But when I'm doing the voice change thing, I'm just taking off my mic. Make sure that these are on down here. I want to hear myself, but I can choose not to in case reverb comes through. You are in a Call of Duty lineup or lobby, and we are building our best team to put forth, our best quad. Actually, what would it be? What would you say for 6? Quintuples, 5, sextuple? Sextuple. The creepiest one is this one here, baby. It's
not great. I like this one, custom pitch.
Because I can change it however I like it.
So, we'll do the baby one. I did a uwu.
Uwu? That's so creepy.
Titan's pretty fun. Barbarian has background effects. Make it sound super scary. Super scary.
So yeah, that's stuff I get to have fun with. Ben Griffin, you want kicked? There was a different, there was a radio CB one that I thought would be hilarious to have for the stream, waiting for people to give me lineups. Like, it would... Ryan Henson, you are on the clock, sir. Who would you like kicked out of this lineup? We have Brian Harmon, Corey Connors, JT Poston, Ryan Moore, Kevin Kisner, Kevin Chappell. Kevin Chappell, probably, right? I don't like the little beat. Anyways, fun stuff, right? I'm not a huge fan of Kevin Chappell. We'll kick him out. Okay, I'm cool with this one. Harmon, Connors, Hadley, KH Lee, Ryan Moore, Kevin Kisner. I'll do one more. I'm gonna kick out KH Lee. Just want to see what spits out. And then I believe we go on to Joanne's and then Byron's. Byron, I'm sorry. I know you've been here a little while. Joanne left us a lineup combo a while back that we haven't gotten to yet. You are next, I swear it. Harmon, Connor, Svensson, Mac Hughes, Ryan Moore, Chemical. Actually, I like that lineup a lot. That was the one that I just ran here at this last go around. So Joanne wants Corey Connors and Russell Henley, two 9K golfers back to back. Ryan, by the way, thank you for those lineups. You got it, man. Connors, Henley, Smalley, Montgomery, Ben Griffin, Nick Hardy. I like that lineup a lot. It's a good lineup. I'm gonna save this double. I like to split these up just to know which segments I did. By the way, if any of these lineups hit, I'm gonna put these in contests, and any of these lineups hit, I will give you guys credit for building these lineups. Byron, I got a question for you since you're a content creator. This voice mod thing, I could pay $249 a month. That's a discounted price. And that would be ongoing for as long as I had the program. Or I could spend $89.99 for a one-time license where I wouldn't have to spend any more than that. Which kind of like, when you think about it, do you anticipate streaming for longer than 3 years? If so, then that would basically pay off that $88. If like versus the $249 a month. So, and I don't know if that $249 a month is only for the first year. I didn't really look into it, but I believe the original price is $8 a month, something like that. Maybe it's $5 a month. It's half off. It's like $5.50 or whatever. It's a quandary that I've been thinking about that I'm not sure. AJ, I kind of was thinking the same thing. I mean, I've been doing this already like 5 or 6 years. When I get the website up and running, I just don't see myself not doing this. Like, I'd be jumping on all the time and just having, because I'll also get access to a lot more if I do either the $249 or the $88. This lineup's good. Connors, Henley, Todd, Montgomery, Wu, Lashley. Like that one. Connors, Henley, Todd, Mitchell, Wu, Chappell. Too much Chappell. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that too. I'm big on budgeting and saving money and saving your money in the long run. Yeah, I mean it's like what, short-term cost versus long-term cost. And short-term, not gonna say it's not a dent. $88 is, you know, especially with Christmas coming up, it could be taxing. And I am trying to save my money, so yeah. Well, and the thing is, I mean, like, so far, last week versus this week, I have all of these sounds right here that I can use. There's not a lot, but that's still, what, 15, 16 more, whatever the number is, more sounds than I had before. You know, I've already added things exponentially that I haven't had before. So there's this. I mean, there are also sounds you can get through the Streamlabs stuff. You don't have to go through this, but the voice box is fun. And I think when you get into it, you can go into the voice lab. You know, only pro users can use that. There's community voices, I guess, you can get into. So, yep, you got to be a pro user once, you know, so I have to do something. I got to purchase that to get any of these. There's your ODST, your Halo voice. That's kind of funny. Anyways, yeah, you can do a lot of stuff. It seems fun, but this is one application. I don't know how many more there are out there, but you know, it's pretty good. Here's a really good lineup. Connors, Henley, Mitchell, Griffin, Shank, and Sam Ryder. I like that lineup a lot. Connors, Henley, Todd, Mitchell, Wu, Bradley. Yeah, DF, that's also another thing I thought about too, is I've never heard of this application. I literally just saw it yesterday for the first time. So to your point, I agree. I don't know how long it's been in business. I can tell you it's lots of effort have been put forth. I have my job up right now. I forgot I even had it running, and I just got a message about something that should have been completed 6 hours ago. I'm just getting messaged now. Wonderful. I don't like the lineup here. Bradley, not big. I'm out. Good night and good luck. We broke even last week. Let's profit this week. Yes. Ryan, that's kind of my goal when playing, is I want to break even every week until I hit big. I do not want to bankrupt myself every week. There will be spells where you go up and there'll be spells you go down, but I want my ups and downs to be pretty even keel. And you know my process. My process isn't conservative by any means. We're trying to hit GPPs, but at the same time trying to get our money back one way or the other. So yeah, your experience the last 2 weeks has been my experience overall. Down a little bit 1 week, break even 1 week, then we hit big 1 week, and then we go a couple weeks, you know, not making anything, going down, and then we hit big again. And that's just, it's a cycle. It's staying within your means. So we do a good job doing that. We got the Woo Woo Brothers. You know, I want to, it's the Woo Woo Brothers. I'm going to call those guys. We're going to save that one. Did I see your other three in the Twitter message you sent me? I only saw the one. The Scott, Noren, Schmid, Hickok, Knox, Lingworth lineup. That's the only one you showed me. I didn't look at any of the other ones. Did we do a Kuchar Todd lineup? I think there were some Kuchar Todd lineups put together. Not those two together. Like, we didn't only anchor around those guys. But I bet you there's some Kuchar Todd lineups. Maybe not. I guess not. Good question. Felt like Todd came up a couple times and we just kicked him to the curb. Kuchar and Brendan Todd? You would think Brendan Todd would be in this column. Brendan Todd. Brendan Todd. Brendan Todd. There we go. There's a Kuchar Todd lineup. Maybe Brendan Todd's in this column. Nope. Not a lot of Todd Kuchar lineups. Thank you for pointing that out. I like this lineup a lot. Connors, Henley, Todd, Montgomery, Shank, Martin. Like it? Oh, no, I did not see that, Ryan. I did not see that. I'm going to do Byron's, and then I'll get to yours. So if you're leaving, you can always catch on replay. We are at the 2 hour, 34 minute mark. So tune in around the 2 hour, 40 minute mark, most likely. If you were to hit back at the replay. Connors, Henley, Todd, Montgomery, Shank, Ben Martin. I want to take out Montgomery. That's too much Montgomery already. I'm starting to feel a little itchy. Connors, Henley, Mitchell, Smalley, Shank, Zach Blair. I like that lineup a lot. I'm out. You can get them at the end. Okay, perfect. Connors, Henley, List, Mitchell, Shank, Ben Taylor. I don't mind it. We saw that earlier in the lineup builds. Not terrible, but not super great. Ooh, Connors, Henley, Kuchar, Smalley, Wu, and Gerard. We like that lineup a lot. I like it a lot. Two more lineups, and then I'm getting to yours, Byron. Connors, Henley, List, Griffin, Shank, and Wu. I like that lineup. Connors, Henley, Brendan Todd, Luke List, Adam Shank, and the Gribbler. What do we have with Gribble a lot? Let's see. Cody Gribble with Shank, Pendrith, Kuchar. Okay. Gribble, Montgomery, Dietrich, Kuchar. Do we have another Gribbler down here? Those are the only two Gribblers. Okay. So we have Shank once again, but no one else. And we only saw one Shank Gribble lineup. That's fine. We like that. I agree. I think the more I run this, I'm sure I'm going to get friskier and friskier lineups. I imagine. Duncan, Shank, Griffin. Yeah, I don't really care for T-Dunks this week. I know he's done well at this tournament before. He's won it before. Yeah, okay. We're done with those. We'll get to yours, Byron. McCarthy. And Goya. Why Tano Goya? What's your reasoning behind Mr. Goya? Henley, Kuchar, Jaeger, wow, 3 8Ks. This is a Chad Eckert special with a little sweet spot twist with the 6K down below. Not terrible. Oh, yeah. Goya's gonna come up as the low. Whoever you think I want out. Okay. We are going to kick out. Shoot. This actually is a good lineup. I don't know who to kick out of this one. So, I like Henley. I like Kuchar. I like Jaeger. And you're obviously locking in McCarthy, Palmer, and Tanagoya. So, I have no idea. I have a hard time choosing between Henley, Kuchar, and Jaeger. He has a top 10 round 1 scoring average in this field. Okay. I played one of my good lineups last week had Tanagoya in it. I was watching Augusto Nunez and Tanagoya. They were in separate lineups, but I needed both of them to make the cut, and they were in good lineups, which they did, but I didn't win any money because I had one Camilo Villegas lineup, I think, maybe 2. Which neither of those were a part of. Jaeger out. Okay, cool. I'm glad you were able to make that decision because I don't think I was going to be able to. Henley, Kuchar, McCarthy, Svensson. I'm kicking Svensson out. You can tell me to bring him back, but I don't like this lineup because of that. I'd like to see a 10-9 start. Henley, McCarthy, Todd. Yeah, I don't mind that. It's different. Works for me. Let's do this. Let's do this. And then remove that one. I'm going to kick out Justin Suh. Kind of like Suh's prospects a little bit better than, say, Brennan Todd, but I think I trust Todd a little bit more. You tell me different. Ooh, thank God. I wanted to see Aubert show up. Aubert, Kuchar, McCarthy, Davis. This is a sexy lineup. This is a very sexy lineup. We like that lineup. And I think we kick Kuchar out for spicier lineups, but Davis Thompson, I'm gonna kick Davis Thompson out for now. I might want to bring him back in later. I don't like that lineup. It's doo-doo. I don't want Carl Yuan in my lineups. Byron, during the Pass Optimal and GPP winning lineup segment, every year in either the GPP winning lineup, or actually every year we could build a lineup that would take down a GPP if a GPP also didn't have one of these lineups. 10-9-8, 7-6-6. That's how you could build lineups in, I think, 4 out of the 5 years. And I think there was 3 years where the GPP winner had a 10-9-8, 7-7-6 or a 10-9-8, 7-6-6. And that's all for this event. Aubert, Kuchar, McCarthy, Nick Hardy. Yeah, I don't mind this. That's a lot of money to leave on the table. I'm not super comfortable with that. I do put 49-2, but when it comes to just building, like, if I'm building you 10 lineups, I want to build 10 really good lineups. I don't want to leave a lot of money on the table. I don't think it's necessary this week. I think it's probably foolish to leave a lot of money on the table. So let's check it out. Okay. Aubert, McCarthy, Mitchell, Batia. Wow. 3 AKs, peppering the AK range, as Chad Eckert would say. We like that one. I'm probably kicking out Mitchell. Actually, yeah, I can't trust Mitchell. I know this is like home field advantage for him, but I just can't trust him. Aubert, Poston, McCarthy. Hey, if Nicholas Lindheim can just show up out of nowhere, sign me up. I'm cool with that. That being said, he is the most volatile golfer in this group, so I'm going to kick him out. But I do like him. Like him a lot. Not sure where you are on Hardy right now. Yeah, same. I mean, kind of just in the middle. No Batia. Ooh. Okay, Byron. Do you want me to bring Mitchell back then? This lineup: Harmon, Poston, McCarthy, JJ Spawn. Yeah, I could go with that one too, man. I like JJ Spawn. In this field, I like JJ Spawn. Oh, you also don't trust Mitchell? Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Same thing. I'm probably gonna kick JJ Spawn out. Just because I like Poston that much more. And Brian Harmon's in the lineup. I'm game. T-Mont. Leaving $500 on the table. I don't mind it. Yeah. I'm not going to save it because I already have too much Taylor Montgomery saved in other lineups, and I'm just going to use those lineups. I'm going to be really lazy this week and just use the lineups I'm building on stream to put into my contest. So I'm too lazy for T-Mont. I don't want to save more. Henley, Poston, McCarthy, Luke List, Ryan Palmer. I don't go yet. Interesting. Different. We're seeing a lot of Poston show up, which is okay, but I will kick Luke List out. JJ Poston, Denny Harmon is a solid. Oh yeah, absolutely. JJ Poston. Yeah. Harmon, Poston, McCarthy, Smalley, Ryan Palmer. How you feel about Alex Smalley this week? I know he burned a lot of people last week, but I kind of like that this week. $8,000. This to me right here, I feel like it's a good, solid lineup. With that being said, do we kick Poston out? It's a lot of Poston. We're not seeing a lot of Norin or even Connors or even Siwoo or Eric Cole at that matter. I know you like Eric Cole this week. Let's put him in the lineups. See what happens. We probably break the optimizer, right? Yeah, we break it. That might be because of other guys that are kicked out. Let's take a look. What happens if we invite all of these people back? We don't break it. Harmon, Cole, McCarthy, you don't like Batia, so we'll cast that out, but I'm going to save it. It breaks. You can't play Cole with McCarthy and the other two without Batia. Okay. So no Eric Cole for you, sir. Let's see, we had kicked out Jaeger, we had kicked out Svensson, Todd, List, Mitchell. I had kicked out JJ. We said no to T-Mont. Let's see what it builds now. I'm building one more lineup for you, sir. Ludwig, Kuchar, McCarthy, Tom. Oh yeah, we kicked out Thompson. I think we already saw this one. I feel like we've seen this one as well. I'm going to actually kick out JT Poston. Norin, Siwoo, Kuchar, McCarthy. I like it. It's different. Different than what we've seen before, and we get golfers we haven't even played yet. Of the whole night, 0 Cam Young, by the way. 0 Cam Young. In a scenario like this, I actually like it because the optimizer is often right more so than it's wrong. So I do like that. Let's see here. One more, I'm going to build one more combination of lineups. Oh, you're welcome, sir. All right, Mr. Ryan Henson, these lineups are for you, sir. We're gonna do these 3 quickly and then get out of here. Henley, Svensson, Hadley. Cam Young is asked for his price. Norin Siwoo is very different. I agree. I agree with both of those. Cam Young, I don't even know what to do with that guy. Henley, McCarthy, Svensson, Hadley, Pendrith, KH Lee. That's different. We like that. Since you're not here, I'm going to kick out KH Lee because I know you like Pendrith. I think you like Pendrith. I'll probably kick out Svensson if he shows up again. Henley, Svensson, Mitchell, Spawn, Hadley, Griffin. That is very different. Like it, but that's the last I want to see of that. Let's kick out Svensson. Oh, he said yes to Svensson. I'm a dum-dum. Henley, you want. Svensson, you want. So we'll kick out Mitchell. Henley, McCarthy, Svensson, Spawn, Hadley, Lashley. That's fine. I think I have too much Lashley. Henley, Svensson, List, Hadley, Pendrith, Griffin. I don't mind that one. We'll kick out List since you've done that in the past with lineups that we built before. Next one is Henley, Kuchar, Svensson, Hadley, Griffin, Brandon, Wu. I like that one. We'll kick out Wu. Henley, Kuchar, Svensson, Hadley, Griffin, Yuan. You know what? I can save one Yuan lineup. That's fine. I don't want to play Yuan quite a bit. Some exposure is fine. Henley, Svensson, Todd, JJ Spawn, Hadley, Scott Stallings. I like that one. Not a lot of Stallings showing up, so that's good. Mac Hughes. Yeah, sign me up, man. Same 5, but with Mac Hughes. I like that. Henley, McCarthy, Svensson, Spawn, Hadley, and Patton Kazire. I don't mind Patton Kazire, by the way. I like that lineup. And Henrik Norlander. Sure. This 5, I'm going to keep saving these and just see what comes out. I don't mind anchoring around these guys. There we go. This is a lineup I like a lot. Henley, McCarthy, Svensson, Smalley, Hadley, Eckroat. It's a really good lineup. I like that one. Henley, Eric Cole for Byron. Svensson, Smalley, Hadley, Ben Martin. We like that one too. It's a very good one. Sometimes you just got to build a bunch of lineups to really find like the diamond in the rough. Even this one. We get Gribble with it. Henley, Kuchar, McCarthy, Svensson, Hadley, Gribble. Love that lineup. Ooh, Troy Merritt showing up for the first time. Henley, McCarthy, Svensson, Spawn, Hadley, Merritt. I don't care for it though. Henley, Svensson, Todd, Hadley, Thompson, Ben Griffin. Yep, saving that one. Let's see here. We got to kick someone out. Let's kick out Davis Thompson. I'm going to build 2 more lineups and then call her quits. This is 15 total for you, Mr. Henson. Henley, McCarthy, Svensson, Todd, Chesson, Hadley, Scott Piercy. I don't want to save that one. Henley, Yeager, Svensson, Hadley, Griffin, Dylan Wu. Yeah, I'll save that one. And one more good one. Henley, Kuchar, Svensson, Hadley, Ben Griffin, Ryan Palmer. There we go. It's a good one to end on. Alrighty. That is the end of the stream. I had a lot of fun tonight building lineups and going through all the different sound effects that we have. The different voice changes and stuff like that. I hope, by the way, I won't be streaming until the first week of January. So once the Tournament of Champions comes about, that will be the next time you see me. And I'll probably go back to previews on Mondays, strategies on Tuesdays, and maybe we do a live chat. Or, I mean, the strategies will be live, but maybe we do something Wednesdays. I became partnered with YouTube, so I might do a membership only thing on Wednesdays, trying to get more people to buy into that. But we shall see. I'm going to do a lot of brainstorming in the next month and a half. Also going to try to get the website probably won't be built, but I should be able to show you stuff the way I'd want a website to look like. So we might do away with the spreadsheets, probably not so much the optimizer. The optimizer will just kind of remain. But I might present data to you guys a little differently. We'll see. And we'll try to improve the stream within that time frame. So yeah, things to look forward to in 2024, believe it or not. So with that being said, thank you all for participating in the chat. We did run a giveaway an hour ago. So, and the person that did win, I did ask you to email me. So hopefully you email me whatever you decide to do with that giveaway win, and we'll go from there. We'll start giveaways brand new during the new year, and we'll go from there. So that's all I have to say. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like on your way out, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one.